right, back at it again today. So a little update. I was actually rearranging the garage. So whenever you guys move into a place or you have like a new workspace, you know, you guys have to own it for a little while and kind of move around in there and kind of get a real feel for how you want things to be. So I've rearranged this little garage setup a few times. All right, so now that that part is done, I'm gonna go ahead and I've been trying to make up my mind what I want to do. I think I'm gonna work on the axle a little bit. I mean, I can do the dash, so I've got the new dash skin, I've got the new bezel, I have the sway bar mounts. Let me show you guys. I have the sway bar mounts here. So these are heavy duty. They're already powder coated red. Not really anything I was looking for, but they seemed like they were had the best reviews. Can't talk. So these, I've got some exhaust hangers here and another exhaust hanger. And I also have the U-bolts. So you guys remember the U-bolt over here. Whenever we were changing out the U-bolts, you guys remember I had the spare set. Well, the spare set there wasn't enough threads. I mean, it was long enough, but the threads didn't go up far enough as much as I needed. So we had to reuse the ones that were on the truck. And you remember that one right there. You guys can remember that one was broken. So I just went ahead, ordered some brand new ones. I measured them, made sure they were gonna fit, crossed my fingers that I got the right ones. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with putting this on, I guess. All right, success on that. That was awesome. That was a nice, easy breezy process. Got the old ones here, and these are much thinner. So the new ones that I got are much thicker than this, and so I'm super satisfied with that. I've got 3 good ones, so I'll keep those as spare parts, and you never know whenever we're gonna need that for the next thing. All right, so next project, I have some slop in the steering, but I also ordered a steering bracket. So it's a steering support bracket that actually hooks on to the pitman arm and the steering box. Very common for these second gen trucks. The steering box and the pitman arm is pretty much just flexing in there. All right, we have some of this is the play. You see the tire's not moving. So, I mean, I'd say we have a good solid 2 to 3 inches of play in this thing. So let's see if we can tighten it up. So we're gonna be taking this nut, we're gonna back it off. This is an Allen wrench. And I'm gonna put the Allen wrench in there, and I'm gonna tighten this down to see if it'll tighten up the steering. But this is right on top of the steering box. So I'm gonna spray that with some lube and go ahead and start playing with it. All right, and another thing that I noticed whenever I watched a couple of videos on the guys doing this, one guy that I saw that there's an idea that I want to try. I actually liked it. He said instead of doing it with the truck sitting on the ground, put it on jack stands, leave the tires on there, but just put the axle on jack stands. That way, whenever you adjust it, you can twist it back and forth, and you can get as much play out of it without having to take it out, drive it, and come back and mess with it again. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with some PD Blaster, go ahead and jack it up on some jack stands and see if we can tighten it up. Yeah, there is absolutely no play in those ball joints. I checked the other side before, not with the pipe, but The ball joints are fresh, so whenever you have that wandering front end a little bit, it's obviously it's because of the wheels and tires. There's a little bit that you're gonna have to live with. But the number one thing you want to check is your ball joints. The second thing you want to check are the drag link, all those ball joints on the drag link. And you also want to look at the pitman arm, which is what we're doing now. So the two things you can do with the pitman arm is you can buy that support brace that we bought. We're waiting on it to come. It should be here in a few days. That just bolts on to wherever the sway bar brackets are, which we have new ones of those. So we're going to do all that at the same time. And then the second thing you can do is adjust the gearbox like we're getting ready to do now. So let's try that out. Let's see. I was able to grab the steering shaft from inside the engine bay and twist it, so I can visually see how much movement we have before the pitman arm starts to engage. So if this is the pitman arm and this is the shaft, I'm up here twisting the shaft, and it goes through the gearbox down to the pitman arm. And in that gearbox, there's about 2 inches of play before it starts to react to the pitman arm. So we're trying to eliminate that as much as we can. When I was looking at the threads on the bolt that we're getting ready to adjust, it looks like there's a lot of threads still sticking out. I don't even know if it's been adjusted yet. Chances are it hasn't been, just because the fact that they didn't do the support brace either. So I know between the support brace and tightening up the steering box, the truck is going to be way, way tighter. I mean, honestly, when you're driving it, you look like you could get charged with a DUI, because if you go over a bump or something, it goes to the left or the right around 35 to 40 miles an hour. I mean, it just has a mind of its own. Wants to go left, it wants to go right. You try to, counter turn and try to fight it a little bit, but it still has a mind of its own. So super excited to get that done, because honestly, it's a little bit of a road hazard. Okay, it was a little bit tighter than I thought it would be, and honestly the camera angle I was trying to give you just wasn't good enough. But I was able to crawl underneath the truck. I was able to put the Allen wrench on it, and because of how far back out it was, they tell you to only do it about half a turn at a time. But this time I just went ahead and gave it 2 nice good turns, brought it down maybe 3 or 4 threads, and I just checked the play. It seems like it's pretty good. See right here. So this is the wheel straight. Remember, we had a bunch of play. I mean, and it's kind of reacting with the tires. So definitely got. Oh yeah, so got that done. The sweet spot that I found, I know I didn't really film it, but the sweet spot that I found was, it seems I got almost all the play out. Looks really good. But I noticed that when I went a little too tight, it had power steering fluid coming out of the bolt. Well, the one that I tightened. So when I backed that off about a half a turn from that point, checked it, it feels tight enough for me. So you guys can see here. I mean, well, it's much better. Super tight. Like, I mean, it's grabbing right away. So super stoked about that. You can see I wiped it all off of there, but just took the truck for a ride. Steering box is great, no more leaks. It is much tighter, but it still does a little bit of the head bobbing thing, truck bobbing, whatever. And so we're just gonna hold tight and wait for that steering bracket. Anyways, in the meantime, I do have another project that is going to be the concrete on the truck. So some of you guys may remember from back when I first brought the truck home, this door and some of the quarter panel, and over here on this rear quarter panel here has concrete all over the truck. Just a little constellation of them scattered all over the truck. Now I know that this thing has a little bit of damage here, but don't worry. I'll probably be playing with that in the future. Try my hand at some body work. But anyways, I was looking online to see what I could do to get this off without damaging the paint too much. And the one thing that I found, the one thing that seemed to be the common reoccurring thing was white vinegar. So I took some white vinegar, I took a piece of duct tape, and I got a cotton ball, I saturated it, and I taped it over 2 of the spots, and it took it off. It took about 15-20 minutes for it to soak through the concrete, but sure as day, that concrete just soaked it all up. It got real soft, and it was able to wipe right off of there, no problem. So I think what we're gonna do is, because it's such a big area, I'm gonna take some paper towels, I'm gonna make a big patch. We're gonna tape that to the truck, and then we're gonna saturate that with the white vinegar and just keep it wet. And then eventually we should be able to just come up and wipe it right off. Okay, so we have a little bit here. This is just on the hood. A little bit here. All down through here. And it just gets a little bit worse as you get onto the door. You can see the specks and everything there. Honestly, I could use a new door for this, but look at the concrete all the way up in here, all the way around. So definitely got our work cut out for us on this concrete. All right, so you guys saw behind me, I was able to get all those spots covered up. So these are all the random little specks, and they go up around here and back around here. So you can kind of tell, boom, it just got hit. So all this under here, I feel like this is all soft already. Okay, I got it to work. It's been sitting on here for almost an hour now. So you can see that little speck of concrete there. Look at that, how it just moves away. Gone, completely gone. Let's do another one here. There's a little spot right there. That one was a little bit harder, but gone. Let's see what else here. Oh, there's a little speck there. Just wiped it right off. Another one there. Look at that, perfect. All right, so back at it again today. This is actually probably gonna be one of the last videos with the truck. I'm thinking that we're pretty much wrapped up. I know that there's a few other things that I wanted to do to it, but what we're gonna do after today's video, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go ahead and clean it up, detail it, get it looking really good. We're gonna take our pictures and videos of it, and then we're gonna go ahead and post it up for trade. I'm really hoping I can get a Tahoe. That's really what I'm looking for. The single cab is nice, but those of you guys know that the single cab life is tough. I don't have any kids or anything personally, but I do have a girlfriend and we do have a couple of dogs. And whenever we do pull the boat or something, it's gonna be tough with a single cab. So anyways, I wanted to show you guys what I got. And I think you guys are gonna be excited because this one's gonna be sick. All right, sick. So you guys saw that quick little time lapse. I got the FLOWMASTER exhaust. We're going from a single exhaust to a dual exhaust. This is gonna be, we're gonna replace the actual muffler itself. So we got the FLOWMASTER Super 10, which is super sick. It's instead of 2.5-inch exhaust, we got 3-inch exhaust, which is super, that's awesome. I was trying my best to find that. Most of the exhaust is 2.5-inch. And the down pipe that comes out, that goes into the muffler itself, or to the cat, I should say, is actually 3 inches. So I wanted to maintain that 3 inches all the way back. So we're going to 3-inch full exhaust, dual exhaust with the Super 10. Super stoked about that. Check this out. 3-inch exhaust, stainless, and you know, typical FLOWMASTer. Got some stickers for the toolbox, and this is the Super 10 here. And we got some various fittings there, and got some straps. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Okay, so we're under here now, and this is the exhaust that we painted. You can see it still looks pretty good. Still got that oil leak from the rear main. This is after driving it around for a good while, so it's definitely getting worse. But what we should do is maybe try one of those bottles of stop leak. Maybe that'll get that fixed. But here we go. We've got our sensor here, our O2 sensor, so we're gonna leave that. But I'm gonna undo these. These are the ones that we replaced. And then right here, you'll see this is the JB Weld fix that didn't really quite fix. It's all, you can see it's all cracked right there, and that's where our main exhaust leak is. So we're gonna rip that out. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna take this sensor out, and we're gonna take it off the hangers right back there, and the whole piece should come out as one piece. Okay, so here's the exhaust up close. Some homemade exhaust. You can see. So out with the old. They even welded the tip back on there. So out with the old, in with the new. Okay, so after further diagnosis, I ran into an issue, and the issue is that the pipe is not long enough. So I didn't read on the ad when I bought it, but it said to keep your muffler. So it's thinking that I have the entire factory muffler in there, which is, I don't know, 16, 18 inches, maybe longer. So what I'm gonna do, I already looked at the other pipe. The first thing wrong with it is that it's 2.5. The second thing wrong with it is that it looks like it's old fence post and stuff. That thing, we're not even touching it. So what I'm gonna do is I have it like this. Let me turn these fans off really fast. Turn this guy off. Okay. Now you can hear me much better. So, like I said, we're out of, we don't have enough pipe to make it all the way back for it to use the factory hangers. So we're gonna use, this is gonna go straight to the down pipe. It's gonna come back because I have a transmission brace. So that's why we couldn't put the box in there. It just wasn't gonna fit. So this is gonna get us out into the clear. Then we have this. It goes down into these. And I'm gonna have it just like this. One, boom, and one, boom. This is, you know, I'm missing I mean, I'm missing, I don't know, it feels like maybe 2 pieces of pipe, and I probably could get them, but I'm getting ready to list this thing for sale, and this actually would look really good with the little side exits. I'm anticipating them to come out somewhere in this section, but maybe more underneath the bed, so you probably won't even really be able to see it. But this is what it's going to look like under there. I've already got this on there. I hit them on with the impact, and then I shave down the stubs just so I don't have any fitment issues once it's up there. And I mean, I cranked it down to where they're basically almost like bending kind of. So they're super, super stiff and solid on there. I made sure they were completely flush all the way down, so no possible leaks with that. I've got this piece here, which is going to bond us up to the downpipe. So let's go ahead and get this piece put in there, fastened up, and then we can start playing with these end pipes here. Okay, so got the spacers right back here. I got those sprayed black, just a quick coat. I didn't really want to strip that paint off of there. At the end of the day, they're just spacers, and they will match behind the rims and in front of the brakes. So I have this steering bracket that I'm gonna put, and what it's supposed to do is supposed to get rid of all the truck weaving and all that stuff. So it mounts onto the pitman arm, and it acts like a brace. Very common for these second gen trucks. I think I got it for right around 40 bucks. Not bad. I already checked it out. It's completely welded all the way around, solid steel, already painted black, so it's perfect. In theory, it should be quick to install. All we got to do is drop the sway bar and disconnect it from the end links, then slide this bracket up in there. It bolts in the same place where the mounts for the sway bar mount. So let's just go ahead and see how it goes. I can't talk right now for some reason. I've been working on the truck, so I'm kind of like, bleh. But anyways, let's jump under the truck and get that thing knocked out. Okay, and here is the stabilizer kit. So this is not like the gas one. This one actually, like I said, mounts onto the where the pitman arm goes. So this right here will act like support, and here you can see the welds all the way around, all the way in here. Some of the other ones I was looking at, some of the people were saying to be careful and be a little cautious because some of the companies don't weld the bracket all the way around. They just put some like little worms or maybe just tack weld it. So I wanted to make sure I looked at all the pictures and all the reviews, and I made sure that this one was going to be quality. So I'm super stoked about it. So we're going to drop the sway bar right here, right there, and right there. There's 4 bolts. And then we're going to take the nut off of the pitman arm right there, and we're going to slide this one right on top of it. Boop, just like that. And then we'll put in our brace. All right, success. I was able to get those out. This one was super rusted in there and cross-threaded, but the other 3 came out. I went to take it off here, but you can see the Genius tack welded my brackets on there, just on this side, not the other side. So he did it on both of them. So I'm gonna grind that off because I have new ones of these. We got our thread locker in there. Just hit it with some acetone, and then now I'm just doing a light coat. Just like that, we got it all on there. You guys can see it's nice and tight. I put these back on there the right way because they were on there backwards when I first put them on there. Everything's torqued down. Everything's got thread locker on it. I even took out the little lock keys. I took those out and put thread locker on those as well. There's one here and one here. Overall, super satisfied with that project. I'm glad that that turned out good. We're starting to wrap everything up on this truck. It's a really good feeling. I just need to paint a couple extra things. I need to finish this the front and rear axle. That'll probably be done tomorrow because really all we're just waiting for is the paint. as far as like getting it done, right? So that was the final thing. I wanted to make sure I got the steering brace, and you know, I wanted to make sure that I saved painting for the very last thing that we do. So I'm satisfied. So overall with today's projects, it was really good. Tomorrow we'll see how much painting we can get done. I also need to replace the entire dash, and we also need to finish the headliner. So lots more to come. Wrapping it up soon, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode, or maybe tomorrow. See you guys.